You know, if I'm going to be perfectly honest, I feel like I'm the best person on this channel to review a shooter because I've played Black Ops 1, 2, 3, and 4 now, and Black Ops 1 was my entryway into modern day gaming. It got me my first PS3, and that's what I really started playing video games with, like exclusively, was shooters. And then I've played so many more since then that I feel like I know what a good shooter is. You know, I've played Doom, I've played Borderlands 2, I've played Call of Duties, like almost all of them since I got into it. I've played all these games and the Battlefield series, all these games. So I feel like I, not even part of the joke, should be the one to review these games. So that's why here I am today. Alright, so my personal bullshit aside, anyway, so today on the Game Review Show, I'm going to be taking a look at Call of Duty Black Ops 4 here on the base PS4, just so you know what we're working with, because apparently it runs slightly different on how PCs work and how the PS4 Pro works and all these other systems. The engine's old, and I blame the engine, to be perfectly honest. Alright, so I think it's fair enough to say that this latest iteration in Call of Duty is one that perplexed me on whether or not it should be reviewed now or reviewed halfway through next year after we see the pretty much whole course of the season kind of play out for it. And I felt like I should get it out now because I already have a feel of where it's going, and I'm still perplexed on how I should tell you guys to go out and buy it, if that makes sense. If you want this game in short, I honestly will just tell you I've had a ton of fun playing it, both solos and, you know, squads, with running around with my friends, rolling on multiplayer, Blackout, and zombies. And then in solos, I've had a surprising amount of fun this time. I play it for longer than I have in the past few iterations, and everything just feels good. It is a solid game to the franchise, and honestly, I think it feels fine. There's been all these things about, oh, I should have killed him, oh, it's only 20 hertz servers. Shut the fuck up. It feels fine. And I honestly think that the game itself is fun, it's fast, it's fluid, and it's a Call of Duty game, so you should know that going in. You know what you're getting yourself into when you're starting to play this Call of Duty game if you've ever even thought about the game before. It's exactly what you think it's going to be. This game does have a lot of pros and cons to go through, it feels like anyway, so please just enjoy the ride. I don't know exactly how long this is going to be. I'm going to try and get through it as quickly as possible. So let's start where it's the easiest to talk about. Let's talk about the multiplayer. The multiplayer is actually really solid and fun. I mean, it's hard for them to fuck it up when they've been doing it right for so long when it comes to an arcade style shooter. It's more Call of Duty, and that's pretty much it. The guns feel good, mostly. The spawns are okay, mostly. And, you know, fucking just the hit detection and all that stuff feels good. And it feels good to be in a gunfight and all that other stuff. So, there's nothing really too much to talk about here, besides the fact that it launched with a couple of new modes, Heist and Control. Those are actually really fun and really good with teams. So if you have a team that you like to roll with from back in the day, see if they'd be willing to pick up the game and give it a shot. It'd be well worth your time. And then from what I understand, this is going with the newer Call of Duty model of rolling out game modes and maps in slow increments for certain events. So you can definitely have a good time at any point in the year with this game. It feels like I'm playing gun game here. This wasn't part of the launch. They launched this a couple weeks ago and it's still in rotation. I have a lot of fun playing it, but you know, they've got their bases for TDM, fucking hardcore, kill confirmed, all those other game modes, hardpoint, domination, the staples of Call of Duty. Search and destroy is one of them, and you just have these things that are been around forever, and you know, it's more of the same. But this time around, we do actually have a little bit, and I do mean a tad bit, of innovation, and not in the way of where you're running along the wall. We've got these stem packs, and health. You actually have to remember to hit the health revive button. Health revive? Nah. Health regen. It doesn't auto regen anymore, which is kind of nice, to be perfectly honest, because just to have that experience of needing to revive yourself or you're going to be fucked is something that a lot of players, I think, now have adjusted to now that the game's been out for a month, but really threw a lot of people for a curve because they're so used to just going on tears and getting into gunfights, backing behind a corner, healing, and then coming back out if they get hurt at all, or sometimes they just keep going. But now you have to be a little bit more careful, a little bit more assertive, and knowing when's the best time to heal, because the healing animation, while quick, isn't exactly the fastest thing, so you will end up getting screwed while you're healing. It's happened to me a few times anyway. And honestly, this game just allows you a little bit more freedom, a little bit more control in your gunfights, because you now also have 150 health on top of this healing mechanic. And just having that 150 health and the way they've balanced the weapons, it is a slower time to kill than your average Call of Duty game has been in the past. Now, there are weapons that can kill you in one shot, like I just got shot with that sniper and completely just completely wrecked me. But there is many ways you can, go around with a AR and it's 5-6 shots to kill. A lot of people don't like that, but I think it leads to more interesting gunplay and more interesting gunfights, because you have to have a little bit of skill, know where to put your shots on target. That way you know you are going to win, and it's not a, oh, I'm gonna pop around the corner, he's dead kind of thing, like it has been in the past, and I welcome this as a change. The class customization is pretty much what you'd expect from a Call of Duty at this point. It's based off of the Black Ops 2 Pick 10 system, and it hasn't really changed. And just a few notes of interest from this is the perks really don't seem to matter all that much. There are a couple useful ones in there that I know the names of, like Team Link, but and Engineer and stuff like that. But those are, common things that we're used to having in the franchise now. And it's nothing new, nothing really too inspiring, nothing groundbreaking. It's playing it safe there, to be honest. However, where the game does, interestingly, dive a little deeper as well, is in its specialists and inside its maps. The maps, except for 4 of the base maps, are all new and original concepts and ideas that are bigger in scale. They're not like Nuketown, which you're seeing right now. They are bigger, and they actually play with the specialists relatively well because they're, built around them. And the specialists now offer ways of shutting down certain lanes and redirecting the flow of traffic, which a lot of people think is a bad thing, and I would agree for like some of these remade maps. It doesn't work just simply because of the fact that they're not built to work like that. But like with the first map that we saw, Hacienda, I think it is, it plays really interestingly when you close off a certain route on the map. You're forcing people to go through another way, and it's more of a little bit of a chess type game, at least in my opinion. You put one thing here, you've got to see how they're going to react to what you do, and it's another on the fly with your team kind of scenario. However, they remade maps, and it looks like they're going to be remaking a lot of maps, so it may be null and void, because on Nuketown, for example, the specialists don't really help. They more hinder the game, because you've got the respawn beacon, which allows you to respawn in random places on the map, and it completely glitches everything out on this small little map. You can take, like I'm using, I believe it is the sensor dart. I can see a third of the map with just the sensor dart. There's the, barbed wire, which completely closes off a building or a route to a flag or something like that. And just these little things that pile up from the remakes because, Activision and Treyarch feel like they have to do them, just don't work with the maps. It hinders them more than anything. It makes the specialists not fun. Now, some of the specialists have been considered overpowered, and I would agree with those statements. The 9-bang and the shield on Ruin or Ajax or whoever is way too strong, and I think it's should have been dialed back more than it has been. But I'm not here to critique what is now in the past or, what is to come. I'm here judging it as it is right now and how I've enjoyed playing through the game. But I gotta be honest, a lot of these specialists are really fun and really play into like heists and control and domination and these other game modes outside of TDM and free for all really well, because you have to know about all this extra little bits of technology that are on the map, like the barbed wire and stuff like that. I think that's a good addition, and I'm happy that there are specialists in the game for that stuff to exist. What I don't like about the specialist still is it's like a hero shooter. They have an ultimate, and it's like you walk around, you know. When I got into Call of Duty, I got into Black Ops and Black Ops, 2, Modern Warfare 3, in that window of time. That's when I really got into this game. And they didn't allow you to fucking, except for MW3, that had support streaks, and I did use them. I'm that guy. But the kill streaks, you had to earn them, or the score streaks, you had to earn them. And these specialists that you've got, even if you just play the game and you suck, like I do, you're gonna get them, and you're gonna be able to have, like, in some cases, a dog that has extremely large amounts of health that runs around the map killing people. Or you're gonna have a fucking electric sniper rifle that can kill people in one shot. Or you're going to have a shield with a machine gun attachment that you point the thing through and fire, and you are unkillable, but you are a death machine. And the war machine from Black Ops 2, I think it's the circular thing. Yeah, it was the circular grenade launcher that was a score streak. That is now a specialist, like it was in Black Ops 3, and I don't like that. I think they should keep score streaks separate from these specialists and give them more things that help channel and funnel people through the maps and make it more like a game of chess, and you're knowing which routes they're going to have to take to get down there, and all of these little things that just make the gameplay a little bit more interesting and a little bit more, I move my pawn, you move your knight kind of thing, if that makes sense. However, I do want to kind of start shifting gears a little bit and talking about one of the more interesting and also partially controversial parts of the game, and that is the replacement of the campaign with Blackout. And I gotta admit, I had a lot more fun with Blackout than I thought I was going to, and I think that's a general consensus among the community of people that have played Call of Duty at this point. Blackout is really fun. It is a battle royale. It is easily better than PUBG, especially when you compare the two to console, on how they run on the consoles. It's just better, and I'm okay with that. This has brought so many cool and new ideas to, Black Ops and Call of Duty that I didn't think they would ever attempt or even try with Call of Duty, because it was so outside their realm and going to be so hard for the engine to do. However, at the same time, I was a person who enjoyed the Call of Duty campaigns. A little bit less as of late, but I still enjoyed them, and they were still something I looked forward to playing. At least to a little bit of a respect, because it really was just an in-your-face action movie that was non-stop, always going, and just never felt like it had a dull moment. Maybe outside of, how it was written. But I'm kind of glad it was replaced now that I've had time to actually play with Blackout, because Blackout has easily become one of my favorite modes, and it's easily become one of my friends' go-to modes over multiplayer and over zombies. And that's saying something, considering some of my friends used to be heavy zombies guys and heavy multiplayer guys. They just play the game for Blackout. That's it. They may warm up in multiplayer, they may do 1v1s still, but Blackout is where it's at. It came in on the scene a little late into this whole Battle Royale craze, but it came in and it did things right. It's got some work to do, but it overall has done things really well, and I'm happy to report that. It is something I enjoy playing, and it's something that is going to feel comfortable to those who have played Call of Duty in the past and who haven't really enjoyed other Battle Royale games. I have played Fortnite and I haven't really enjoyed it. Like, I played it for a good 6 hours or so and I never got into it like all my other friends started to. And then I play this and I'm just like, whoa, the fuck is this? This is, this is cool, this is interesting. I like it a lot and I have fun. And that's not something I usually have had with Battle Royales, and I've had fun. I've come close to winning. I have gotten a W. I've gotten a win. I've gotten a win on solos and in duos now, I believe. Yes, we did get a win. See, it's all fuzzy. And it's just something I never thought I would have in a Call of Duty game, to have a big old map where you go around shooting people and have a big old fucking fight with so many people while also driving around ATVs and, having vehicles and shit. What the fuck is that? What is this, Battlefield? No, it's clearly Call of Duty. And now I look forward to seeing how this evolves and keeps going, and I know I'm going to keep coming back for Blackout. I haven't played it lately because I've been playing Red Dead 2, but this is a game I can go into when I want to have a little bit of fun, but also be a little bit more competitive than your average multiplayer match. They've taken these concepts of Battle Royale and just completely have made them seamless to the Call of Duty formula. Taking the looting aspects of the game, taking the driving, taking the, running from the circle and all this stuff, and they've made it just a part of Call of Duty, so it felt like you were in a familiar place, but it was new. And that's what's keeping a lot of people interested, and just the fact that it's a Battle Royale and people want more of this game mode just in general. I think this is actually maybe not the superior to Fortnite, because Fortnite is fun for those who enjoy it, but it's definitely a good competitor to Fortnite. I think they actually have some competition in Blackout. I do think Blackout should be its own separate thing, maybe, with it, being behind a $60 price tag, whereas Fortnite is free. I think they could do with making it a separate package down the line, but I understand why they bundled it in with Black Ops, and I can tell that there was some love and care taken into how the ballistics work and just how the overall mode itself works. A little bit more than multiplayer, I would feel, as well. I personally think that Blackout has earned itself a right to have established itself inside Call of Duty with Black Ops 4. Being the first Call of Duty to have Battle Royale, it has done it extremely well and is an extremely fun experience for just about everybody. However, I don't think it should have replaced campaign as a full mode in the game. I feel like this is better to be left as a separate entity from Call of Duty. A thing that they send out to like Raven Studios to work on exclusively, or send out to another studio to work on just alone, that can update with every game that comes out every year, or with every patch, or with every something, and we can have a little bit of all Call of Duties just in this amalgamation of a Battle Royale mode. And then we could have also had the campaign in Black Ops 4. I feel like they could have coexisted and worked out just fine. Apparently the higher-ups disagree with me. There's only 3 modes in Call of Duty, and campaign is no longer one of them. And I think that's really unfortunate, and a lot of people agree with me. And with the complaining of this, we did get Specialist HQ, and I've watched some people play it. I personally haven't played it because it just seems pointless and shoehorned. And from what I've seen, that's exactly what it is a pointless, shoehorned in mode just to try and appease people who are upset there was no longer going to be a campaign. And it does not satisfy that at all. It does not come close. But it's something, and I guess that's all I'm going to get from Activision at this point. But holy shit did we get zombies with this game. We got 3 maps on release, 4 if you did the Black Ops pass. I'm going to get to that in just a second. But this game dropped with 3 zombies maps, one of which is a remake. But there's so much zombies content here that I'm kind of happy, to be honest with you guys. This has been one of the best years for zombies, I would say, in a while. It's a little bit of a shakeup, something I was not expecting when, you know, the initial Zombies was released. I was thinking, oh, it's gonna be zombies. You know, you're gonna have your 4 perks, you're gonna have maps, you're gonna run around, you're gonna hit shit, you're gonna do shit, and it's gonna be great. There's gonna be zombie tigers, all that stuff. I was very wrong. They've completely changed how shit works in Call of Duty Zombies. Well, mostly. It's still an arcadey mode like the entire game is, but it is a more developed mode. There is a complete thing of new perks, and they're based around gods, and I can't even start to tell you what half of this shit means because I don't understand it myself, because it's just so different from everything, and I've lost track of the zombie storyline. But if you like stories and you like in-depth lore and stories, Call of Duty Zombies does offer this for you. They're very, very intricate and minute, the zombies team over at Treyarch. I'm very, very impressed with what they do, because they make fun maps and they also make in-depth maps. There's a little bit more on the in-depth side than there is on the just fun casual side these days, but I can't really complain. Again, in this game you can now create your own classes for zombies, which is a new part. They kind of tested this out partially with the last one, with Black Ops 3. You were able to customize the weapons. Now that's just been taken and developed a little bit more. You can develop which perks are around the map and develop how they correspond to you and how they correspond to your team. I think it differs on everybody's kind of thing on who's got which perks running and how that works in zombies, which I think is kind of interesting and kind of fascinating compared to how it's worked in the past, where you just have the perk-colas around the map and that's all you have and you got to deal with that shit. I don't know. I think that's cool as hell. However, the one big problem I do have is that they did change how perks work and how the maps work and how zombies works in general. Yes, I understand there is always room for innovation, and what they did is fun and I've enjoyed it, but they've taken out all the Perk-a-Colas that I've come to know and love. One of the more popular videos I ever did on my channel, which is now T's channel, is the Perk-a-Cola jingles, the top 10 Perk-a-Cola jingles. I loved those jingles, I loved those perks, and now they're all pretty much gone. Jug's gone, Quick Revive's gone, well, technically, Speed Cola is gone, and Double Tap I think might be gone. But especially Jug, it's like they want you to be able to do things without it. They don't want that crutch perk in there anymore, and I respect that. But at the same time, some people, you know, that was a useful perk even to this day. And Quick Revive, there is now just an auto revive system in place where you won't lose your perks as you need to get revived. And it's nice to have, you know, that change, but it's also just kind of, I miss how zombies used to work, and back in my day we were able to play buried and not have to worry about Easter eggs and and I don't know, I just feel like that they're pushing you towards these Easter egg like lifestyles, and there's not really the thought of, hey, people just want to play zombies and have fun for a couple of hours and just chill like we used to back in the day. Personally, if you've ever played Call of Duty Zombies, this is more of the same. In-depth Easter eggs, interesting, somewhat trainable maps, a lot of gunplay, a lot of interesting wonder weapons, and that's it. The biggest shakeup has been the perks and I guess the elixirs, I think they're called now. They used to be the gobblegums, and now they're just elixirs, and you have them more often from what I can tell. But it's more the same like it was with gobblegums. So, well, what happened in Zombies was great. I just think it could have been more the same, or maybe we, going down the line, can have an old school Zombies mode where we get, you know, Jug, Quick, Speed, and Double Tap, and we just run around and pack a punch and do all the cool shit with those old school perks. I think that would be something that the community itself could all get around and really enjoy, at least from my personal opinion. Now, the 3 new maps, Voyage of Despair, 9, and Blood of the Dead, are all different enough you can go from one to the other very quickly and very easily. If you're a big zombies person, you're going to really enjoy them for hours and hours and hours on end, trying to do all the Easter eggs, trying to do all the challenges, all the just killing of zombies in general. You're going to enjoy being in these maps, and they're different enough from each other to warrant having fun and having a different experience, while also being similar enough because it's all under the same game, all under one roof. And I think that's just really interesting and really fun to have that dynamic difference in the map design and how, you go about playing each individual map. You're going to have fun for a few hours, unless you have the crashing problem that I've been hearing about. It's only happened to me about one time where I've had a game completely bug out and crash. Outside of that, it's been mostly fine. However, from what I understand, in every patch note there is, hey, we're fixing, zombies bugs and zombie crashing problems and all this stuff. So I really do hope that they fix that stuff sooner rather than later, so zombies people can get back to enjoying what they love about this game. So really one of the big reasons I wanted to wait for this month or so to pass for this review specifically was because the Call of Duty franchise as of late has been known to add in immense micro DLC and just strangle its consumer base for money. I was really having a hard time looking for the word there. And it doesn't look like this is going to be any different. However, how they go about it is going to change. It is no longer a gamble with the loot box system. There are 200 tiers in a Fortnite almost battle pass-like system. And I'm okay with the battle pass from Fortnite. It's purely cosmetic. You buy it and then you grind it out, or I don't know if you can pay V-Bucks to progress it any faster, but what you can do here in Call of Duty is, since everyone gets it at the same time, you can pay your COD points to just progress it faster. So it's about 100 COD points per tier, and from the math that other people have done, and there's so many of them that I can't exactly give anybody credit, however, it is all over the place, is $200 to do one battle pass, to do one tier-based system, because there are 200 tiers at 100 COD points a pop. That's 200, and that pretty much equates to 100 COD points equals $1. So take that as you will. I don't think this is very good. I think this is actually a really shitty business investment on Activision's part. Just milking people for money at this point is absolutely absurd. I don't agree, but I'm not going to win that fight. At the end of the day, I really do think that this game is fun, and that I've had a lot of fun playing it with my friends and alone, like I said at the beginning of the video. So if I'm going to be perfectly honest, when it comes down to giving this video game a rating, I'm going to have to fall somewhere in between the spaces of rent it and buy it. It's definitely, I don't know if it's a buy it all, because you'll be buying things for the entire year and well spending over a couple $1,000s, because that's bullshit. But I can definitely say pick it up. It's a good fun play for a couple of hours and definitely worth your time. Or just give it a rent. Pick it up for a night, get some buddies on, everybody rent it, and just go to town for a night. Have some fun in zombies and stuff like that. Just know that you're going to have a download ahead of you when you rent the game. But that's my recommendation. I want to know what you guys were thinking down in the comments below. And I would like to point out that I kind of did this in an older Call of Duty style, like an old commentator style. And I had a lot of fun doing it this way. It's something that I really enjoyed. So let me know if you guys enjoyed the video down below with a like rating or a comment of sorts. And anyway, guys, that has been another video here on That Game Review Show. My name is Terrell, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.